I'm Nicole, a 28-year-old office worker. I've been secretly dating Mark, my colleague from the same company, and recently, he proposed to me. So today, I'm visiting his parents' house to meet them. My heart is pounding like it's about to burst.
Thanks for coming,
Scott said.
Come on in.
Thank you. Even though I was nervous, his warm welcome eased my anxiety a bit. By the way, Nicole, what does your father do? His mom, Barbara, asked right after the greeting. Mark, sensing it was a tough question for me, answered.
She lost her father when she was little. I'm sorry to hear that.
So, Nicole, you were raised in a single-parent household then? Yes. My mom raised 3 kids while working. A single-parent household, huh? Mark had classmates from such families, and they were always poorly disciplined. They say kids from single-parent households are financially irresponsible, stealing or borrowing money. I've heard that these kids act out to get attention because they lack affection. Is that true for you too? Did she just say something really offensive?
Mom, Nicole isn't like that. Don't be rude. I'm sorry, Nicole. Honey, what are you saying?
Oh, I'm sorry. I have bad memories of single-parent families, but I didn't mean any harm. If that's her without ill intent, it's really scary. Despite feeling uncomfortable, I decided not to let it bother me since Mark and his dad lightened the mood, but I couldn't shake off her look. Maybe she's against the marriage? I have a bad feeling about having such a person as my mother-in-law.
Breaking up is the only way.
That's too extreme.
I mean, she cheated on me, Nicole. She even ate the steak I ordered with her lover. Breaking up is the only option.
Oh, you're talking about you and your girlfriend. This is my brother Bobby. He's not great with relationships, and it seems things didn't go well again this time. I see. That makes sense.
What do you see, sis?
I see a wonderful encounter in your future. Shelby, my sister, replied. She has a mysterious power and can see our crisis and things that are about to happen.
Could it be that I'll finally meet the one?
Yes, but it's influenced by Nicole's destiny. Mine?
How does it affect me?
Wait a moment, Shelby said. I see a woman with a scary face.
Is that scary-faced woman my princess?
She looks to be in her 50s.
50s? That's quite older.
She has a husband.
A married woman? I can't do that. I can't break up a family.
Be quiet for a moment. That woman is related to Nicole. To me. She's planning something against you. What could it be? Sorry, I can't see more.
Nicole, do you have any idea?
Well, I started. Then I told them about my visit to Mark's parents.
What's wrong with being from a single-parent household? Our mom raised us well.
Yes, it's sad she talked about our mom like that. Can you keep this from Mom? I asked. That's probably best. But be careful, Nicole. I will.
If anything happens, you know we're here for you,
he added. Thanks. But surprisingly, things escalated quickly. Wait, your mom?
She wants to talk about something, so she asked to come over.
Mark told me over the phone.
What do you think? Will you talk to her?
Well, it's not like I could refuse, so I ended up visiting his house again. His dad was on a business trip, and I had a bad feeling about this. I'll get straight to the point, Barbara said. We don't approve of our son marrying someone from a fatherless family. Scott told me to make sure you break up before he returns, so please, break up. Break up?
Did Dad really say that?
Of course. He was furious after you left. Mark, you should be with someone from a good family, loved by both parents, she insisted.
Listen.
Mark started. Excuse me, but my mother loved me, and my late father also loved me dearly, I interrupted. His belongings are filled with pictures of us kids. I'm sure he's watching over us from heaven. He can't do anything from heaven, sweetheart. In this world, results are everything, and you, without a father from a poor family, that's the result. Society sees you like that. You're the only one who sees it that way. This is the first time anyone has ever said anything like that to me. People think it, even if they don't say it. Marriage involves families, not just the two of you. Also, your defiant attitude towards a respected elder is typical of single-parent kids. Where is this respected elder? You don't mean yourself, someone who's just older and lived longer, do you? Ah, what an insolent woman! This is exactly why I hate kids from single-parent families. You're not welcomed here. What? Barbara splashed her coffee at me. I was stunned, drenched in coffee. Why should I put up with this?
Okay, I get it. Today's the last time then.
I'm glad you understand, my son.
I mean, who could talk so coldly like that to the person I love, right? Today's the last day for me to hang out, no matter how much apology I get.
Well done, Mark.
Let's go, Nicole.
What? Barbara asked, confused.
I think you misunderstood what I said. I said I'll never see such an ill-mannered parent again.
Mark clarified. What? Yes, he chose me.
Oppose all you want. I'm not breaking up with Nicole no matter what anyone says. Babe, I'm so sorry for bringing you here,
he said. No, it's okay. I now know how much you love me. What love? Wait, both of you. We left his parents' house and discussed our future over delicious pudding. I thought I was resolved, but the opposition didn't give up easily. A few days later, someone's coming closer, Shelby said.
What? Did we order pizza?
No, it's probably... She began as the doorbell rang. Let me talk to Mark, Barbara demanded. I knew it.
Who are you?
You're living with another man while you're with my son?
Another man? I'm Nicole's brother, Bobby.
Oh, so you're also from a single-parent family. Anyway, give me back my Mark.
Hey, you came to apologize, remember?
Scott interjected.
Nicole, I apologize for my wife's rudeness. Mark declared he'd cut ties with us, and I was shocked to learn what happened. I support your marriage. I've never seen my son so happy. I believe he'll continue to be happy as long as he's with you.
Turns out his dad wasn't against us. Scott, you're being deceived. This girl pretended to be quiet and respectful, but said terrible things to me.
Nicole, quiet? Even the viewers would call that out.
What nonsense are you saying? Shut up!
You shut up. Look at her siblings. Nicole's mom raised them well, Scott defended.
But they're after our wealth. Kids from single-parent families are greedy. If they marry you, I'll write them out of the will, she threatened.
How dare you? I thought you were going to apologize and give them your blessing, he scolded.
Seeing them changed my mind.
Inheritance? We don't need it, right, Nicole?
He's right. We have 7 properties from our late father, and Mom is the CEO of XXX Incorporated, so we're not in need.
XXX Incorporated? They're one of our clients.
What? And Bobby manages the boy band Exotic. The managers there are well paid. The manager of Exotic? I'm a huge fan of Sean. I want his autograph. Barbara gushed. And I work for the high-end brand, Carvier, Shelby mentioned. Wow, Carvier? My dream brand.
So yeah, we don't need any inheritance. Feel free to exclude your son and let my sister be free.
Why didn't you say you were rich? I fully support the marriage. I feel we'll get along great. Bobby introduced me to Sean. Shelby, I'll take care of any leftover products. We're family after all. Barbara said eagerly. Gotcha.
Everything we said is a lie. Our mom isn't a CEO and our jobs aren't real.
That's right, they did it to expose her true nature. I'm sure she saw through everything and set it up to reveal Barbara's true nature. You're the one thinking about your son's marriage for money. That's not true.
I understand now. You look down on single-parent families, but you're the truly despicable one. Nicole, I want you to know that I wholeheartedly support your marriage to my son. And I'll make sure she never appears in front of you again.
Thank you. I won't give up. Oh, I see it. What do you see? In the mountains with no bus stop in sight. I see you crying every day because you can't afford the bus tickets, and it takes 2 hours to walk to the nearest bus stop just to see your son. That sounds like my childhood home, Barbara whispered. I see it. You're writing something on paper while crying.
Let me guess. Divorce papers?
Bingo! Divorce papers?
That's impressive. You can see my thoughts.
No, I refuse a divorce. No divorce. I'm going home.
Wow, she's quick.
And she's gone. Despite her quick escape, the divorce was inevitable. She moved back to her distant hometown and became gossip fodder. People avoided her after learning the reason for her divorce. Shortly after her retreat, my mom, Lisa, returned from a long business trip leading to an unexpected parent meeting.
Hey, what are you all doing here? Something just flew by in a hurry.
It's nothing.
Okay. Hey, who's this?
This is Mark, the one I told you about.
So this is Mark. I've been looking forward to meeting you. You seem calm and kind. But wow, quite an age difference.
She noted.
No, I'm Mark's dad, Scott.
Yeah, Mom, that's Mark's father.
Oh, sorry. I thought Nicole liked older men. But where's your wife, Scott?
Well...
He just dropped by to bring something Nicole forgot at their house,
Bobby explained. Nice save, bro.
Well, that's kind of you. No problem. It's great to see such a kind parent. Come on in and have some coffee.
We also have some souvenirs for my trip, so please.
Well, I guess I'll take you up on that then. Hey, let's plan the wedding.
You can't plan without the groom, Shelby pointed out.
All right.
You silly. But I'm looking forward to the wedding. Someone's meeting a nice person, Shelby hinted.
What? Am I meeting someone at Nicole's wedding?
Oops, can't say more. Looks like it'll be an amazing wedding. Even after we're married, I hope we can have these fun family gatherings. Next story. My sister-in-law kept forcing me to pick up her kid. When she demanded I pay for a taxi, I was shocked and replied, "What?" I'm Pam, a 29-year-old working from home. It's been 6 months since I got married to David, and we have a 2-year-old child. My work and personal life are fulfilling, and I'm genuinely happy every day. My parents live in the neighboring state, famous for its natural parks, and I visit them occasionally for a refreshing day trip to the natural parks. It's about 200 miles away, so it feels like a mini trip when we go. I also get along well with my in-laws who live about 30 minutes away by car. We visit them once or twice a month. Hi, we're here again. We brought donuts from the new shop. Let's have them together. Oh, Pam, welcome.
The donuts you bring are always delicious.
My father-in-law loves donuts as much as I do, and he's always delighted. Oh, I brought some for Brian and his family too, but it looks like Sarah is out. Brian is my brother-in-law and Sarah is his wife. When I said that, my in-laws frowned a little. Yeah, she hasn't come back since she took Connor to daycare.
She wasn't here yesterday either. What is she doing all day? She's a stay-at-home mom.
Brian and Sarah live in a house on the same property as my in-laws with their 3-year-old son, Connor. Sarah seems to care more about herself than taking care of their son, my mother-in-law muttered. Brian is busy with work but is a decent person, and Connor is adorable. However, Sarah focuses on fashion and makeup, neglecting her parenting duties. She's not good at housework either, and the house is always messy. I heard Brian cleans the house on his days off. I don't like meddling in others' affairs, but I can't ignore it when she asks me to pick up Connor about once a month. Pam, can you please pick up Connor? My hair appointment won't be done by pickup time. Or, I really want to go to the sale. Can you pick up my son? Initially, I didn't refuse, thinking about her situation and managed my schedule to help her. But over the past month, she started asking me 2 or 3 times a week. It's unacceptable for her to assume I can always help, especially since I work from home. I discussed it with my husband, and he talked to Brian. Apparently, Brian was already unhappy about how often his wife went out. After being scolded by her husband, she didn't contact me for 3 days. But while I was having dinner with my husband, she called. I couldn't ignore it, so I reluctantly answered. Hello? Hey, Pam, long time no see. Yeah, hi. Can you pick up Connor tomorrow? What? I have plans I can't change. I haven't asked for 3 days, so it's fine, right? I responded. No, it's not fine. I have plans tomorrow too. David then said,
Sarah, if you need someone to pick up Connor, can't you ask our parents? It makes more sense than having Pam come all the way from our place.
I can't ask them. You don't understand because you're not in my position. I'm asking Pam, not you. Pam, please. No, I can't. If his parents aren't an option, find someone else. Wait, hold on. But I hung up. I genuinely couldn't help tomorrow because my parents were visiting us.
Hey, Pam. Can we visit you tomorrow? If it's okay, invite Brian and his parents too.
My mom asked suddenly. What is this about? I contacted my parents-in-law and David talked to Brian. The next day, while juggling work, I prepared food and desserts. So I missed a text from Sarah. In the evening, my parents arrived and David came home early to meet them.
David, sorry for the trouble. No problem. You're always welcome. Aw, you're sweet. I bought this to drink together. Oh wow, thank you. I've been wanting to try it.
My husband was excited about my dad's gift.
My parents will come later with my brother. They said we could start without them. Maybe we should have done this on a weekend, but it's better to act quickly sometimes.
Mom, what's going on?
I wanted to tell you first, actually. No way!
Her story was shocking. We were both stunned. Who knew Sarah was doing such terrible things? Just as we started eating, the doorbell rang loudly. Is it your parents, David? Coming! I opened the door to find Sarah, red-faced and holding a crying Connor. Sarah, what's wrong?
What do you mean, what's wrong? You owe me $700 for the taxi.
What?
Since you didn't pick up Connor, I had to rush from my outing, and it cost $700.
I told you I couldn't pick him up. Didn't you get my message?
I texted you that I'd drop him off, and you should pick him up.
I didn't see it. Didn't it show as unread?
You should check your texts. Why don't you check them regularly?
Why should I adapt to your lifestyle?
Because you're my sister-in-law. Now pay me $700. My wallet is completely empty.
Sarah shouted, making a scene. My parents and husband poked their heads out from the living room.
Stop yelling and come inside. Brian and his parents are coming soon.
What? Why did you invite them?
We needed to see them. Do you have a problem with that? Besides, why do we need your permission to see them? Connor, wanna go get ice cream with me?
Yes.
My dad took Connor out to avoid him hearing the argument.
So why did the taxi cost $700? Explain yourself. You made such a scene.
Pam didn't pick up Connor, so I had to rush back.
Where were you?
That's not important. It's all her fault. I asked her, but she didn't keep her promise.
Pam, did she ask you?
She did, but I told her I couldn't.
I was there too. She declined.
But I texted this morning.
I didn't read it, nor agree to it.
And how does a taxi cost $700?
It's complicated.
Just when she was getting flustered.
Yes, Sarah, I'm curious too.
Brian and his parents arrived.
Sorry we're late. Where's Connor?
He's getting ice cream with my husband. They'll be back soon. So why did a taxi cost $700? Why keep asking Pam to pick up Connor? You know she has work. Just ask my parents if you need someone to pick him up.
I can't ask your parents because they ask too many questions. Of course we do. You're out all the time. Why? Where did you go? When are you coming back? Of course we need all that information.
Yeah, so where do you go leaving Connor all alone?
I can't tell you.
And since we're on this topic, let me ask you this too. What are you spending my salary on?
What?
You've been dipping into our savings for the past month or so. I give you plenty for living expenses. Are you gambling?
No.
Well then, let's get down to business, shall we? Sarah, we're here today because of you.
Me?
Let's start with a cab. You said the taxi ride cost $700 because you had to go pick up Connor.
$700? How does that even happen?
Well, I guess that's about right if you're trying to get here from there.
What do you mean?
I thought I shouldn't meddle in people's business at first, but I couldn't just let her hurt the people I love. Here, take a look. This is the reason why she's been so busy.
My mom pulled out photos and documents showing Sarah with various men.
No, stop!
Inside the box were photos of Sarah arm in arm or embracing various men. There were also detailed records of her actions.
At first, it was just a coincidence. I went to the natural park with a friend and saw her there.
As I mentioned, my parents' home is in a neighboring state known for its natural parks.
I was going to say hi, but was shocked to see her with a man I didn't recognize. A man you didn't recognize? If it was just once, I'd think it was a mistake, but I kept seeing her with different men every time I went, so we decided to investigate. Sarah, explain yourself.
Well,
Now, the $700 taxi fare makes sense. It's over 3 hours by car from the natural park to here, or an hour by express train.
So you thought you wouldn't get caught if it was in the next state. And you thought day trips wouldn't reveal the affair.
So you used my savings for your affairs.
Sarah, you neglected Connor for your affairs. And you had Pam cover for you to keep us from noticing.
Sarah, I'm divorcing you.
Divorce? Wait, no, I don't want a divorce.
Crying and pleading won't change my mind. It's bad for Connor's upbringing.
No!
Blame yourself for having affairs. You brought this on yourself. Sarah, I'll demand alimony for your infidelity. You won't get custody of Connor. You'll pay child support until he's 18, and repay the savings you used. You'll also compensate Pam for the trouble you caused her.
No!
After that, Sarah and Brian divorced. She resisted until the end, but Brian got custody of Connor. Thanks to my mom's investigation, all her affair partners were identified. They paid the alimony. Some even got divorced because they were married also. Back then, Sarah cried.
I can't pay that much money.
But my parents found her a job. I can't share the details, but it's much harder than taking care of a child. Serves her right. Meanwhile, I'm happy to announce that I'm expecting a baby. Our families, including Connor, are excited for the new addition. I'm sure Connor will be a great big brother. I can't wait to meet our baby.